Why 2025 will be massive for Monkey D. Dragon. If there's one thing that fans of One Piece hope will happen in 2025, it is the head of the Revolutionary Army, Monkey D. Dragon, officially making a move. Dragon is one of the most intriguing characters in One Piece, and also a major player in the final saga. His importance to the overarching plot of the story is tremendous, but despite that, Dragon has only briefly appeared in the story so far, even though the series has run for over 1100 chapters now. Fans of One Piece want Dragon to actually do something other than simply appear in various panels, and while that might be frustrating, they will be delighted to know that 2025 might just be the time Dragon finally makes a move. How Dragon has carefully moved from behind the shadows. Monkey D. Dragon is, quite easily, one of the most shrewd characters in One Piece. Fans don't know much about his life yet, but what little they know clearly suggests that he is a liberator through and through. At one point, Dragon was a member of the Marines, and, most likely, he fought to enact his own justice. It's highly likely the Dragon clashed with many powerful pirates of the world long ago, possibly even the likes of Roger at some point. But, eventually, Dragon's faith in the world government started shaking when he saw the reality of things, and he ended up leaving the Navy. It must be made clear that the Dragon's position within the Navy was not revealed to the fans, but he was likely a vice admiral. Regardless, he ended up leaving the Navy and then started his own organization so that he could bring his own vision of justice to life. This organization is what fans know today as the Revolutionary Army. At first, Dragon's organization was simply known as the Freedom Fighters. The Freedom Fighters were essentially a smaller version of the Revolutionary Army, and one that wasn't as fleshed out. But, Dragon slowly continued to make gains, and this freedom fighter group turned to what is known today as the Revolutionary Army. It was only about 8 years before the current storyline the Dragon was being noticed by the big powers of the One Piece world, and he officially ended up becoming a threat strong enough to tilt the power balance on the seas. Dragon might not have appeared much in One Piece, but he has been making careful moves from the shadows, and now is the perfect time for him to strike, because all his pieces are finally in place. Why 2025 is Dragon's time to shine. Fans have waited quite a long time for Dragon to do something. In fact, one of the funniest things that One Piece fans experience every year is predicting for Dragon to make a move, only for things to fall flat at the end of the day. This has been going on for years upon years now, but 2025 might just be the year when Dragon actually does something, and there's a clear build-up behind this. Often, fans want to see Dragon in action, which is why they predict him to do something. But, Oda only takes forward a storyline when it is ripe, and it is safe to say that the storyline surrounding the Revolutionary Army is ripe at this point in time. Following the conclusion of the Wano Country arc, Dragon was revealed to have already declared war on the world government. At the same time, fans also found out that the world government has been put under siege by the Revolutionary Army, and that it is time for an official war to break out. Clearly, the world government is not going to sit quietly, and they will have to make their own move at some point in time. They are currently making preparations to engage Dragon, and this is something that he mentioned himself in the story when he suggested that their true war will begin when the God's Knights make their move. As such, 2025 is, undoubtedly, when fans will see more of Dragon, and possibly even a glimpse of his strength. As the God's Knights are descending from the holy land of Marihoa, Dragon will have to get his army ready and prepare to engage them in combat. It must also be remembered that Oda clearly stated that the final saga is not going to be solely focused on the Straw Hat Pirates. There are multiple players in the final saga, which means that even though Elbaf is going to be the main focus of 2025, fans will most definitely see other characters in focus as well, such as the likes of Shanks, Blackbeard, and of course, even Dragon. Will Dragon fight for the first time? Dragon will be one of the major players in One Piece in 2025. And, undoubtedly, this makes fans wonder whether they will get to see him in combat or not. Chances are, Dragon will actually get to fight this year, due to the threat of the God's Knights being absolutely massive. Even Dragon considers them to be very dangerous. Undoubtedly, based on the way Oda has hyped them, they absolutely have to be tremendously powerful, and this might require Dragon to make a move on his own and lead from the front, instead of ordering his commanders to fight these powerful enemies. If there is a clash between the God's Knights and the Revolutionary Army in 2025, it is inevitable for Dragon to fight with them somewhere, and hope to make gains in this battle so that his siege on Marihoa continues, and the grip of the world government on the entire world is loosened as well. No matter which way fans look at it, Dragon is going to be an absolutely massive player in the final saga of One Piece, starting with the Elbaf arc. The time is right for Dragon to make a move, reveal his strength to the fans, as well as show what truly motivated him to leave the Marines and start the Freedom Fighters. Dragon might have been on the sidelines for the vast majority of the series, but it is time for him to actually show what he is truly all about and why the world government needs to be wary of this monster who is just getting started. With Oda himself teasing the involvement of an absolutely major player in 2025, fans are extremely excited to see Dragon and the Revolutionary Army at the forefront of things. Hopefully, they will get a good stretch of chapters focusing on the Revolutionary Army in 2025, and, come the end of the year, Dragon's powers, his story, and his future goals are going to be made clear as well.